Today I'm going to show you how to embellish your chords to create really spicy progressions. So the first thing you need to know is the number system. For every degree of our scale, for example the C major scale, there's an associated chord. Chords 1, 4 and 5 are major, chords 2, 3 and 6 are minor, and chord 7 is diminished. So in the key of C, we've got C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and B diminished. So as well as just major, minor, and diminished chords, there are a ton of other chords that are available for each scale degree. Take a look at this chart. It doesn't show you every single chord available, but it shows you a large amount of chords that are available for each scale degree. You can download this chart and chord diagrams for every single chord listed here down in the description by downloading the first 2 chapters of my book, Chord Charisma. So as you can see, there are a lot of options. Let's take a basic 2-5-1 in the key of C, so that's D minor, G, and C. Take a listen. And turn it into something a little bit more interesting. So first of all, let's embellish the D minor chord. D minor is chord 2 in the key of C. And as you can see down below, there are quite a few options for our 2 chord. What I'll do is I'll just pick any one of those. Let's pick a minor 9 chord and apply that to D. So we're playing a D minor 9. The next chord in our 2-5-1 is chord 5, which is G. As you can see down below, there are also a lot of options for the 5 chord. So I'm gonna choose the dominant 13 chord. So we're playing G13. So far we've got D minor 9, G13. And then finally, let's embellish the 1 chord, which is C major. Okay, so for the 1 chord, we've got lots of options there. We've got sus2, sus4, major 6, major 7, major 6, 9, major 9, major 13. Okay, I'm gonna choose a major 9 chord. So we're playing a C major 9. So altogether, the chord progression is D minor 9, G13, C major 9. Let's take a listen to how that sounds. So as you can hear, it's made a huge difference just embellishing these chords. It's really just that easy. You take a chord progression comprised of just major and minor chords in your key, and then you just choose one of the options that are available to you. Now, what will really take you to the next level is if you can memorize all of the different options you have for each particular scale degree. So then you're able to just experiment with different things on the fly without having to look at the chord chart. And then if you can remember how to play each one of these chords, that's going to take you even further and make your songwriting super quick. Let's try using the 2-5-1 one more time to create another chord progression. Chord 2, D minor. I'm going to pick D minor 11, so a minor 11 chord we're playing for 2. Chord 5, I'm going to play a dominant 9 chord, so we're playing a G9. And then for the last chord, C major, I'm going to choose a major 7 chord, so we're playing D minor 11, G9, and then C major 7. Let's take a listen to that. So as you can hear, we've taken the same 2-5-1 in the key of C, and by applying embellishments, the 2 chord progressions that we've come up with now sound completely different from each other, even though they're the same basic 2-5-1 to start off with. That's the wonderful thing about embellishments. Let's try a couple of other different chord progressions with this technique. So we're going to play a 4-2-3-6 in the key of A. So that is D major, B minor, C sharp minor, F sharp minor. So our 4 chord is D. As you can see with the 4 chord, we've got lots of options because we have that sharp 11. That sharp 11 adds a really cool, dreamy vibe to your chord. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to play a 6-9 sharp 11 chord. So I'm playing D6-9 sharp 11. Okay, now we move on to our 2 chord, which is B minor. Again, got lots of options. I'm going to play a B minor 11. For the C sharp minor, this is chord 3. Now with chord 3, we have a unique flat 9 that we can use on top of our chord. So I'm going to take advantage of that as well. I'm playing a C sharp minor 7 with the added flat 9 to it. Adds a real tense sound. And then finally for the F sharp minor, you can see all the options below. I'm going to choose an F sharp minor 11. So altogether, we're playing a D6-9 sharp 11 chord. Then we're playing a B minor 11 chord, I think. Yes, I had to check my notes there. Yes, we are. Then we're playing a C sharp minor 7, add flat 9. And then finally, we're finishing off with an F sharp minor 11. So take a listen to how that sounds. And let's try one more chord progression just to finish things off, a 6-3-4-5 in the key of G. So our starting chord progression is E minor, B minor, C, and D. Starting off with E minor, our 6th chord. We've got all these different options here, but I'm going to stick to a -7 chord, yeah? We don't have to go with crazy extensions all the time. Sometimes the best option is maybe a more simple option, like a 7th chord. So I'm going to go for a -7, okay? Then we're going to B minor, which is our 3 chord. And I'm also going to play a -7 chord here. Now we're going to move on to chord 4, which is C major. And one of the options here is a C sus2 chord. So I'm going to play a C sus2. And then finally for our D chord, chord 5, I'm going to play a D11, a dominant 11 chord. So let's hear how the chord progression sounds now. So as you can see, huge differences when you embellish your chord. So if you want to learn how to create a standard chord progression with the 7 chords in your key and then embellish them just like we have done in this video, go grab the first 2 chapters of my book, Chord Charisma. It's got that chord embellishment chart with all of your different options and chord diagrams for every single chord, root 6, root 5, and some of the chords have root 4 shapes as well. That's completely free for you. Take advantage of that. It's going to be really helpful. You're going to start creating some really awesome chord progressions straight away. And that's just the first 2 chapters of my book, Chord Charisma. The rest of the book covers so much more stuff. We cover chord substitutions, how to use dominant chords in like 5 different ways, reharmonization, borrowed chords from other keys, key changes, voice leading, loads of other stuff. It's the best resource for guitarists on building chord progressions. I can guarantee that. So if that sounds like your thing, go grab your first 2 chapters for free and then buy a copy. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.